Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I'm exploring a game called Thronefall. Absolutely marvelous game. I love what it's done in terms of kind of changing up the landscape of making a minimalistic but super fun game that has great replayability. Absolutely love it. And we're also going to talk about potential. We're going to explore a little bit more of the game Thronefall and explore a little bit of potential. Why it's so important to understand how to unlock your potential and how to keep yourself from blocking it yourself. So for all you busy bees out there, if you're looking, exploring this new game and seeing the importance of unleashing everything you have about yourself, this is the game for you. That being said, starting off with the question, what if you can unlock all your potential right now? And a little bit extra too, what if you don't? What if you don't ever? So I'll leave you all to think on that, and we'll get started with this amazing new game. So right off the bat with this game, I just want to point out, super simplistic. That's exactly what the developers are going for. They're going for something that had RTS feel without the minutia of an RTS, a real-time strategy. Something that had great replayability, but also easy playability. So you have this super easy level select, super fun here. You basically use only the keys on your keyboard. You can use your mouse, but all you really need is the WASD, the keys, and space. Play it, really easy layout. Pick a weapon, pick 5 perks, and then pick extra challenges. So everything you need, easy to access, easy to understand. Super fun and can be super challenging, so I absolutely love it. So anyone can play it. It's just quite an amazing game. Now with that, there's also some challenges that abound. So for this one, I found pretty challenging once you get started. We are kind of like in media res with this one, but I've actually already had to restart this one. So I'll kind of show you a little bit too. Notice at the very bottom you get the little blue, or not blue, little red circle with a number. Press escape. Everything can be pointed out to. What is this thing? What does it do? What you expected, gold income, what your loadout is. Honestly, I'm trying to remember myself. Looks like I went more character heavy. A lot of good stuff here. I think this was Night 3 of 13. So it's a pretty interesting way too that they've also managed the economy. Everything's just done off like building based economy. So you still have to balance economy with defense. Super duper interesting. For example, I'm going to decide to get that knocked out. You know what, let's go for, I think last time they really swamped me. And pull this aside. So you got your houses, which do your basic econ. We got a harbor, which does like long-term economy. Watchtowers, got cool things like this shrine right here that after you have enough enemies defeated in the circle, then they'll attribute to the shrine. The shrine will then make money and also act as a defense. That's kind of an econ and a defense at the same time. Super great. Let's go ahead. Nightfall system, so you hold space. Enemies come at night, you go during the day. Your character itself is also very handy. You guys see right there, the little shrine lighting up, that's good. Very quickly can be overwhelmed, but if you perish, it's all good. Okay, now it's less good. I think I got it from here. But challenge very quickly ramps up. At the end of the night, you got total repair. If anything that was economy based got destroyed, rebuilds the next day, but then you have to wait a day before it actually starts producing again. So let's see what these little things are. Little blobs, little slimes of Easy. Pairing groups. Okay, okay. So I want to get a little bit more economy going. Also want some defense. Now imagine here, because I got a ranged enemy, maybe he might shoot down from the top. We'll kind of see. Any more shrines that I can build? Got some research. Got this cool looking thing. Another thing too that I love that they added about it, simplicity. Not trying to find different places to build buildings or anything like that. You're not trying to maximize your building space. It's all laid out for you. You press Alt and it shows you potential building spaces and what you can currently build and upgrade. So super duper handy. Honestly, my hat's off to the developers of this game. They absolutely crush it in making a fun, easy, simple, replayable game. Alrighty. You can also control your army as well, in the sense of they'll move with you. You can place them. You can also place and hold, and they'll stay there and help manage them a little bit easier. For them, I'm probably just gonna let them do them. Place them right here, and let's hit up the knight. I might need to... Oh, the sound should be good though. I'm gonna go ahead and let them actually beat up that wall. I want them actually to get closer to the shrine here. Pull you back. There we go. Good, now I got the situation a little bit more under control. See if I can pull a couple back in here. Boom, excellent. So got that all wrapped up nice and neat. Got some more gold now. Want to go heavy economy as quickly as possible at the beginning. At least that's what I like to do. Also, since I got this perk that helps me with my research, I'm going to go and actually do a lot better research. Now these are exposed, so it is kind of an interesting way of doing that. Ooh, interesting. I actually haven't used this mechanic before, so this would be kind of cool to see. Boom. We'll also adjust some of the audio. Do a quick chat check. Awesome. Let's go ahead and head on to this next night. We got ourselves 10 enemy macemen, and it looks like some sort of Floger. Giant ogre with a flail. That'll be interesting. Versus me and my flailsmen. Now on the topic of potential while we're going through this night right here. The whole thing that inspired the topic was, you know, at one point I was driving home from something. I noticed this person on the side of the road just walking around where I live. And I saw them and I was like, man, that person looks like they could be an Olympian. You know, I just had this vision of what they could look, what they could be like down the road. And I thought to myself, they look like they could be an Olympian. Now, obviously, they're not at that point an Olympian, and who knows what they're doing. But it just kind of occurred to me, what if that person isn't living up to their full potential, being everything that they were meant to be or could be or should be. You know, everyone's got a story to tell, and it's important that people go through the struggles to be able to tell that story. So it just kind of weighed on me like, man, what if I'm not living up to my full potential? You know, what am I doing in life that is keeping me from that? And I know for me, you know, back in the day, I had some things going on in my life, you know, just getting out of the military. I could tell was definitely pulling away from who I felt and feel I'm meant to be. And it just really like hit me hard, like, man, how many days am I going to not pay the price of unlocking my potential? Like, how many days am I going to allow that to keep happening? And I even think back to starting my YouTube channel and Twitch. Like, why did I wait so long for me to do that? What did I allow in my life to prevent me from that? You know, what distractions, what minor things, what mediocre things, what addictions did I let pull me away from my potential? Because I thought about it. What if I looked at myself and saw myself in the same way? Saw myself as someone who is actually doing the things that we're meant to do in life, living out their full life instead of living for a W-2. What if I saw myself in that same light, and then why am I not there yet? What has kept me from my potential? So I'll leave that for y'all to kind of mull on and think over, because I think that's like a big key in life, is really just having that thought. You know, what am I actually sacrificing in the long term for some short-term pleasure? And with that, Let us rock and roll. Ooh-wee! Ah, spicy right there. Also, I'm glad those spiders are pretty weak. Just gotta make sure no touch. Okay, next set of enemies looks like gonna be the all flyers, and they're probably gonna just tear it up over here. Definitely have to go heavy defense. Flail guys ain't really gonna do a lot of work on this, so definitely gotta do it all on my lonesome with the hero and the king in these towers. Rock and roll. As I said, really love this gameplay. I think the simplicity of it actually leads to a lot of the fun of it. You know, it's kind of like a comp stomp if you're playing it without any modifiers. It can still be very challenging, as we've seen. Nobody died. Not game over died, but just regular died. But still, you get that satisfaction of just destroying a whole bunch of little small things. And then a little bit, as I continue to build up the defenses, you'll see you can also have a lot of fun too with unit building. If that is something you do like, is the army side of things. For me, I did a build this round that's more king focused. I want to just kind of check that out. Usually I play a more economy focused perk setup. And then just kind of mass towers, but we'll see how this one goes. I got a good feeling about it. Army control too, I think, is something I also really appreciate. Not very cumbersome. You can do it pretty quickly. You can set up the army well beforehand, so you're not having to drag people around. And when you do the pre-setup, they teleport. All in all, I wonder what their inspiration was behind let's just make a super fun roguelite RTS that's minimalistic, at the same time still very much just exciting, new, refreshing, a little bit of everything. Ooh, those flogers really didn't like me. Boom. Okay, got that shrine activated. Boom, no problemo. Oh man, looks like that one didn't get anything. I got a whole bunch of spiders. I'm gonna put a wall out right here. Go get level 3. Level 3 is the max for your castle. And then once you unlock that, you unlock all the spaces, all the upgrades. We have a lot of stuff going on here. That'll be super helpful in the future. I might as well get that now. Get some archers. It looks like there's a lot of monsters here, so if you check this one out, hunters are effective against monsters. Let's get the upgrades in. Okay, block out both of those. And get me a little field. Pop them right there. Pop them right there. I'll hang out over here. And then we'll go from there. And boom. Super fun, super enjoyable. What I like about these windmills is if you can get them with wind spirits, they themselves will act as a defense for you. Towers are upgradable. And then the tower upgrade stack. So on level 1 you kind of have 4 different types you can choose from. And then at the next level you actually add whatever that extra level bonus is to the current level, so you can kind of really customize your towers out pretty well. I thought that was pretty ingenious too. Get some more archers. Boom. There, go down there. I'll probably hang out in this section. And then up there's got that. Alrighty then. glad that my flail dudes are just being bullet sponges at this point. Okay. So we're getting close to end of the round, or end of the level. So we gotta put a little bit more emphasis on defense. Actually get hero. Get some extra oomph on the walls. Beef up these towers a bit. Boom. All right. Nope, y'all stay back here. Yeah, usually another really good pro tip too is to set your archers to stay. You set a little white circle on them. That way they don't try to hop outside the wall and get tore up from the floor up. Like I said, this is so much fun and enjoyment once you get past the initial challenge of getting started. And get some of that in there. Never seen that one before. Neo. Alrighty, all set. Nice, got a lot going up here, up top. Boom, okay. Let me check on the bottom. I think they got it. Okay, so I got some defensive towers up front, got some good long-range towers back. Final night. Tossing these in here so it's got extra stuff to attack. Collect all of these. I kind of like the natural layout that they gave him. I think that's pretty solid. My main concern is down here. I think I'll probably try to cover south while using the mini-map to keep an eye on what's happening above me. And I think I should be good. Now, as the game relates to the topic of potential, I like to think about it as this. You saw what everything looked like at the very beginning of the round, where wasn't much there, and now we have all of this kind of packed out to its full potential. Well, mostly full potential. And I really do equate that a lot to life, which is also why I love combining games, art imitates life, with some of these motivational topics, because there is a lot of inspiration that can come from it. And just like in life, when you're starting off, your potential, you might not see yourself as much. And that usually tends to lead you down either to distractions or just, you know, as you think, so you will become. So if you don't see yourself as much, you won't become much. So I think the first step in really realizing your full potential is understanding that you have a full potential. That you have something greater that you're meant to be than who you are right now. And when you do that, you have your first victory in unlocking your potential. Excellent. So once you complete a new little area, you get yourself a new weapon. Interesting. Potions, okay. Get new challenges. And as you level up, you get new perks. And you can always go back to and unlock new challenges. That's so you can kind of level up and get yourself some more perks. haven't really checked this out yet, so I've noted what this is. Let's go ahead and let's get started on the next one. I think for this one, I'll try something totally new. I'll try more of like a commander route. So I got that healing. Last time I tried to go like a glass cannon route. Let's see what it would look like to do Mandiver. Let's do that. So perks, going more the commander route. Got this to heal. Really no extra things. And the good thing about going commander style, and I guess we'll find this out, is every map has to have your little barracks or people makers, but sometimes your maps will have different econ resources kind of based on what the map is. So you might not always have a good spot for mills or mines or harbors, but you'll always have people. In this case, almost looks like I'm starting off with just straight up heroes. Pretty big map. A lot of shrines. I think I might go there first to get a bunch of shrines. And a lot of mills. So if I came back, doing like a mill heavy econ route would probably be good. Weird sacrificial circle over here. What is that? Interesting. I'll pass on that at first. Yeah, it really looks like I don't even see people. So as I had mentioned, there's always people. It looks like you really just start off with heroes. Looks like I'm just gonna have some really strong heroes at first. Okay. Unlock that one shrine. Where that hero at? Here. Give me a golem. Slap him, mate. Tell him to stay put-ish. Now let's see if we can get this shrine activated. And pull them back. Make sure they're still in shrine range. Good. This will be pretty interesting, because it's going to be purely based on heroes. At first, it looks like. got some, what, that spooky ghost, just in time for the spooky season. Interesting. I wonder if this will take me out if I cannot knock them out real quick. So let's see. There we go, get some of these shrines activated. Gotta get 2 for 1 special, boom. There we go. Good, got these shrines up early. Perfect. We got horrifying eldritch beast thing. Let's see, any other shrine? We got one over there. We'll go for some more base level economy. More reliable, like houses. I might let that thing get all the way over here. That way to activate this shrine, hopefully. We'll see what happens. Let's go check him out. Oh, that is super duper huge. Interesting. I guess go straight for buildings. But he got that shrine for me though, so I'll take that. Thank you very much. All right. So these don't necessarily help out people. I think I'll do this one and get a little economy. Now let's see what's available. Ah, now we got people. There we go. Little boys. Alrighty, let's rock and roll. I guess these go for the first buildings then. When it comes to potential, I talked about one of the first steps is recognizing that you right now have potential. Potential to do a lot of things. Potential to do good things, do great things, and do legendary things. Now the other obstacle is distractions, and it doesn't necessarily equate 100% to your common everyday distractions like playing video games when you should know you should be doing something else, or maybe just taking a nap when you should be working, whatever that may be. If you're in school studying, well, then you know might be out partying instead of studying. But whatever that small distraction is, almost a more, I wouldn't necessarily say insidious distraction, but one that's harder to find, is the distraction of too many good things. Maybe you have a lot of extracurriculars outside of school, or if you're working a job, you know, you got your softball league, you got, you know, church groups, you got, you know, any sort of office shindig that might be happening. All these series of good things, maybe not necessarily great things. And then when you go to great, there's less things. But then when you want to go to legendary, there's even fewer things. Essentially coming down to, you can do anything, but you can't do everything. And so when you look at distractions, you have the easy ones, which are like very well defined as distractions in your life. Then start looking at the distractions that might be the good things that you might need to give up to go to great, or great to legendary, depending on what you're doing. One of the easiest, most relatable ones is, what degree do you want to get? What profession do you want to have? Who do you really want to be at the end of it all? You start honing in on that, and you can start pulling away things that you really don't need to be doing. So practical tip number 2. Identify the good and the great and the legendary excellent, and then start realizing where you're trying to get to. Alright, now let's say if I set this up correctly to kind of guide them to this thing over here. Bro, you gotta chill. I'm gonna put you over here. Y'all gonna chill too? I need you over here. You get here. You get here. And let's pull everyone over this way with some nice juicy targets. Alrighty, let's rock and roll. That was odd, but easy. I'll take it. Okay, we got two things coming up. Let me hit a little bit more. That's not the one I wanted. I would like the people upgrades, please. Thank you. Oh, I'll get that mine next time. Mines are also pretty cool too, because it when you get a mine, it will teleport you to the other mine, so it makes it way easier to kind of get through places. Now I don't know if I can pull all four of them to this one. I think I might just let this one pop naturally, try not to force it. Focus more on just making sure I live. We'll do that piece. I can stack up all my archers. Alright. Let's go! $100 ghosts. I will need an abundance of damage dealing. Because they can go straight through walls, and I think they go for... So I need towers, basically as sponges. basically anything between them and my main building. Oh yes, and gotta remember the mine. Make sure I got my archers set so they can do extra damage. Boom. Okay, way easy than I thought it'd be. I was like, bro, that guy's gotta chill on the hippy hop cookie clop over there. Dang, it ain't even last night yet. Get these walls a little stronger. Alright, let's see how it goes. I think I got it. Wasn't paying attention. Uh-oh. Oh, but I got that shrine activated. That's good. Okay, so far so good. Holding them back, nothing crazy. Alright. I can dig it. Nice. I got a lot of stuff up here. Got that goose honking in the background. Yeah. Gotta remember to focus on building up my people. Yeah. Save my money on something else. That. I might just be saving up for more upgrades. Let's roll with that. Let's see what happens. Get all my melee ready. Fact. All my melee. Them set up, and I think that should do without them just getting picked off by archers. Let's get the archers ready. Let's get the heroes ready. Lizard Man. Probably right there. And you should be able to pick off anyone who's going to try to pick off my melee. And station me right here. Let's go. That's a lot of damage. Beautiful. Upgrade the Lizard Rider. Upgrade the Golem. this point I should have almost all people upgraded. I think I just got one left over here. Yep. A little bit of towers just to have that extra space between the ghosts and my base. It's almost like sacrificial towers. Coming up north. Now what I don't like is if you notice there's some like towers like here and kind of like over here, and it makes me wonder, is the final boss going to be coming out of the woods randomly? But I guess we'll find out when it does or doesn't happen. Interested to see how that goes. Just gathering up the troops. Getting them all set up. Okay, everyone's set up, locked in place. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Yeah, let's rock and roll. Looks like they're sending out all of the things first. I'd have an issue with this little section over here. It didn't have coverage. Up north is doing fine, so I'm gonna pull him, and then Dragonite will stay with me. Got the golem coming down this way. Alright, got something going on up the north. People sneaking through. Can't have none of that. Got some spooky boys doing spooky stuff. Okay, good. Now get up there. Okay, how we're looking. Checking the line. As we're beginning to wrap up this map here, I'll leave off a little bit with the story of potential. Maybe one or two. the biggest one I think had to come from what I actually heard recently. It's actually my personal trainer at Gold's Gym. Talked to him for a little bit, giving him a little bit of perspective and mentorship-like advice. And for him, I had known him since he had started at the gym I go to. You know, met him, he was front desk, talked to him, he said he wanted to get into being a personal trainer, all that kind of stuff. So talking to him, helping him out, giving a little bit of some perspective on life and some advice in life and business. Slowly over the course of essentially this year I've been with him, he went from being essentially like a apprentice level of coach, personal trainer, to almost being the top level, top earning in terms of paycheck that he could get in essentially what was a matter of 6 months. You know, for me, I'd ask him like, hey, what do you think has been one of the biggest things that helped you unlock your potential? And he'd mentioned some of the mentorship and coaching I had given him. And then he had mentioned that his boss coaches him a little bit on like being a really good PT. He sought the multitude of counselors in terms of different people who have levels of success that he's looking for. And he was like, yeah, now I've like, he told me right before our last session ended, or right before he left, he goes, yeah, I'm actually, I'm projected to make this amount of much in profit this month from all the sessions I've been booking. I was like, dude, that's awesome. He's like, yeah, man, it's like this much. I was like, cool, how much did your boss make? How much did the person who was coaching you make? Like, oh, I actually beat him this time. And so I'm looking at him like, dude, that's what's up. Having someone to help you, and in his case, having multiple people help pull the most of his potential out, took him from a starting PT, actually just behind the desk, to what it looks like he's going to easily be top earning PT at the gym he's at. I think back to myself, one of the biggest things that's helped me in unlocking my potential has been, you know, kicking some of the past proclivity towards the drink. And after having that, I went from making minimum wage, well, not minimum wage, but the least you could probably make working as a supervisor at UPS, to now over 6 figures. And yeah, it sounds like rags to riches. No, it was being painfully unaware of who I was meant to be. Getting stuck in a cycle of, well, I'm just doing this because I think that's what I'm supposed to do, to actually having a clear and intense focus in my life. And going through the struggles and challenges to put myself in a position to actually start tapping in truly into the potential that was placed in me. You know, finding a purpose and a calling, being able to exercise that and using that as fuel as well. And it's been absolutely a game changer. I'm talking, now I'm out here helping people break generational curses, be who they're meant to be. Not to quote the army, be all you can be, but yeah, actually, unlike the army, no offense to those who are veterans, I think if you're a veteran like me, you'd also know that, you know, you don't necessarily get the best pulled out of you in the best way in the military, but you do get a lot pulled out of you. But being able to actually be in that position, I think is like, you start getting to that top level of potential, and that's helping others through your story and example of potential. And it's been a long time, there's been a lot of hard work put into it. But it was absolutely 100% worth it, because you will either pay the price of discipline up front, or you will feel the pain of regret by seeing all that you know you could have been slip right through your hands, and you Sometimes can't get that back. But before we begin this, here's my call to action as a YouTube framework algorithm claims I should have. Think about truly, what are you going to actually potentially give up in life for some short-term pleasure, short-term easiness, lack of discipline? What are you actually giving up by not fulfilling your potential? How many lives could you affect that you won't be able to now? What's the lifestyle you won't ever be able to live because you weren't willing to pay the price of discipline? What's that regret you're going to have at the end? If you do that now and you act on it, you won't have it in the future. Now let's get going. Woo! That was exciting. That was next level. That was a great one to end the stream off with. Little victory there. So with that, y'all, hope y'all had a great stream. I hope you learned something today that you can take and apply. Write something down. Apply something today. Go unlock your potential. Go be who you know you're meant to be. Do what you know you're meant to do. Leave a comment if you know what that is, put it in there. Put down maybe your takeaway that you got from this, whatever it could be. If you like this style of content, like this framework, like the games I play, go ahead and check me out on YouTube or Twitch. But if you do anything, do something that's going to change your life. And with that, have a good one. Be impactful, be loving, be caring.